Ready to manifest the money, business, and life of your dreams? Do you wish you had more ease and flow in your business, your finances, your relationships, and everything else? There's a way to manifest simply, easily, and effectively without exhaustion, and I'm here to show you how. Hey there, I'm Elise McDowell, money mindset mentor and seven-figure CEO. And in this podcast, I will teach you how to reshape your money mindset, manifest consistent money, increase your business sales, transform your self-concept, and create the life of your dreams through the power of your mind. I'm here to help you go all in on you so you can go big in everything you're here to do. Let's get into the show. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about something that has been really sitting heavy in the collective energy. You felt it, I felt it. I don't know how many conversations I've had with so many different people, both business owners and both 9-to-5ers, who are all feeling the pinch of this and very much getting scared from it. And that is economic uncertainty. Now, maybe you've felt it yourself in the news, in conversations, in your business, in your sales, in your own bank accounts. But there is a truth that I need you to start anchoring into right now. And that is your abundance, despite what every fucking thing is telling you out in the 3D right now, is not determined by the economy. It isn't. Your business is not dictated by headlines. And your wealth, your abundance, your sales are not dependent on what the collective decides is possible, right? I just need you to just anchor into that before we even get into the episode, because I have been shown time and time again over the last couple of years, because this isn't new, this is something that's been happening for a while now, that it is when you become unshakable, when you become internally resolute, when you have that conviction within, when you stay unshakable, rooted, and absolutely magnetic, no matter what's swirling around you, it doesn't fucking matter what's happening in the 3D, okay? Okay, now that we've got that clear, I want to talk about practical ways, but also more spiritual mindset and woo-woo ways to stay unshakable in economic uncertainty. Because for me, everything is shifted when you get your mindset on point. Everything else follows. But when you get your mindset or imagination, if you want to call it that, or consciousness, whatever you want to use, when you get that on point, holy fuck, watch out, watch out. Okay, so let's talk about the law of assumption. In very simple terms, the law states that what you assume to be true becomes true for you. And I've had so much proof of this just this year. One of the things that you probably have seen me talking about on Instagram is this mindset and story I started telling about men, because I had such a negative view of men prior to that. And that was good men are everywhere. Right? I used to have such shit experiences with men. Like, this was years ago when I was in like the dating realm and wanting to manifest a relationship, before I sort of went on a massive break from that to just deal with myself and heal myself. I was like manifesting the most toxic fucking people. The people who gave me absolute breadcrumbs, who weren't very nice people in the end, who didn't show up for me and basically did just want me for a good time. You know, and that's shit. It's like such a shit experience to have. And when you don't realize it's you who's creating that experience because of your own self-concept, your own self-perception, it's so easy to create that story and be like, well, all of these fucking people are like this, so all men are like this, they're all trash, fuck them. It's so easy to like get wrapped up in that story, that narrative. But this year, I mean, it's been coming over the last couple of years, but this year I really decided, I was like, nope, good men are everywhere, in all shapes and sizes, in all different forms, in all different ways. I'm experiencing good men everywhere, good-hearted men. And as I've been telling that story, oh my God, the men I have been experiencing this year, the men I have met this year, the men I already know, the way that they are, it's just been so healing to my soul. Like, they're good men. And this is across the board. My own family members, specific relationships in my family have gotten better with the men in my family. Like, they're just better. They're more loving, which I didn't know was possible. I didn't know you could have more love with family members, right? But they've just gotten better, richer, deeper. And with the men that I've met this year in all different ways, from the friends that I've made to the people I've met in passing to the people I have met through other people, they're just good men. They're demonstrating behaviors and qualities and traits that is just so good to see in men. And it has just been so healing to my soul. And the thing is, it was me who created that, because what I assumed to be true became true for me. So I'm loving this narrative that I've created, and it's proving to me that everything you assume becomes true for you. So I need you to ask yourself, what have you been assuming about your own business? What have you been assuming about your sales? What have you been assuming about yourself as a business owner? What have you been assuming about the economy? What have you been assuming about what is going to happen to you? I need you to get really honest. I need you to write this out, because I don't think many of you are truly admitting it to yourself how much you are thinking in opposition of yourself. I don't think you are. And I need you to get honest. I need you to see it, because I need you to see where you're going to wind up if you keep telling the story to yourself and then being in denial about it and then hiding from it, avoiding it. I need you to see very clearly where you're going, because if the potential of massive success doesn't motivate you, the fear of failure is going to motivate you. For me personally, it's nothing like fear that motivates me more. I truly can move my ass when I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to experience this anymore. I don't want to wind up like her or like him or in that situation. Fuck that, I'm doing this, right? Nothing like fear that motivates me more. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are motivated by fear, some people are motivated by pleasure. Pick your poison and then decide what you want. Going back to what you assume to be true becomes true for you, right? If you assume people don't buy in recessions, they're not buying right now, they don't want what I have to sell, my particular offer, service, product is just a commodity, it is not something people need, it's not something people value. If you assume all of that shit, your reality is going to reflect that. It probably already is. Right? It probably already is. If you're not making enough sales, or if your sales have gotten worse, it probably already is. You're pushing this story out right now, and it's happening. You are literally manifesting that right now. Look how powerful you fucking are. Look how powerful you are if you've created that story, and it's happening. But if you assume that money always comes to you, clients always find you and want to work with you, your business is thriving despite what the fuck is happening in the 3D right now, and you persist in that, what do you think becomes available to you? What do you think starts pushing out? What do you think starts happening? This is why it is so fucking important you persist in the thoughts of what you want, of living in the end, in favor of yourself, instead of the fucking thoughts that you let run on autopilot, that's not working, that you're failing, that's all going to shit. This is clearly becoming like a kick up the butt episode. But I really need you to see that the economy may shift, and it's always going to fucking shift. That's the 3D. It does what it does. But it's your assumption that creates your personal economy. It's your assumption that creates the resolution of what you want. It's your assumption that always brings you where you are intending to go. Whether you are doing it deliberately or you're doing it on autopilot, it's your assumption that's going to take you there every time. So I need you to ask yourself, what story am I choosing to buy into right now? Am I rehearsing fear or am I rehearsing faith? And what story do I actually want to see manifest in reality? Write it. Write the fucking story you want, because that's going to become your script. Now, if we move on from that and we start talking about specifically money mindset in these times of uncertainty, you have to understand money doesn't disappear. It hasn't just vanished. Like all the money hasn't just like evaporated into the air. It's moved around, right? It just moves. That's all it does. It circulates. In uncertainty, money shifts hands faster, which means there is opportunity for those who stay grounded and anchored in their fucking story of abundance. There's opportunity there, but most people contract. They cut back. They stop investing. They hoard the money. They hold on to it. They get scared of putting themselves out there because they're like, well, it's going to fail anyway. I'm terrified of it becoming true. Yeah, it's already become true because you've cemented that in yourself that it's already failed before it has. No. No. Because wealthy, empowered business owners, they lean in. They invest strategically. They continue circulating wealth. They continue to put out their offers. They continue to sell. They continue to show up. They continue to invest in their own success. They continue to show up when it's scary, when it's uncertain. They still show up. They still back themselves. They still put out their products and their services because they know they're fucking valuable. They know they're good and they know they're brilliant at what they do. So your work has to be to regulate your nervous system so you don't collapse into scarcity every fucking time there's something coming out from the 3D that's like, oh my God, it's getting worse. And instead, you have to expand into new levels of abundance, new levels of receiving. You've got to saturate yourself in that new story, which is why I created the 28-day Saturate That Shit Manifestation Challenge, which is still running right now. It's only $33. If you haven't joined, you absolutely should, especially if you're in a scarcity story of like, oh my God, it's all failing. Oh my God, this could get worse. Especially if you're in that kind of story, you've got to change the game and saturate yourself in that new story of abundance, in overflow, in more than enough. And money is fucking coming in. And my business is a motherfucking success. And despite what the 3D is showing me, I am fucking thriving. You have to saturate yourself in that story over and over again, day after day, even if it has to be every minute. If your story is that strong in opposition of you, you've got to saturate. You have to be on it. You got to be doing it. You got to be showing up. So if you want to join that, head to the link in the description box below and sign up. It's only $33 and you get lifetime access to it. I am uploading videos every day while this challenge is on live at the moment. I'll probably do another run through of this challenge because I know everyone needs this. I know that if you just fucking show up for yourself and saturate yourself in the story of what you want instead of what you don't want, the results that are going to happen, oh my God, you need to see it. You need to prove it to yourself. That's what I've been doing to myself all year, proving the law to myself over and over again. So I need you to say this. Say this to yourself. I create overflow regardless of circumstances. My wealth is inevitable. There is so much fucking money and I have access to it all. Now, moving on from that, let's talk about business and specifically your mindset around it and how showing up, no matter what, is the most important thing you need to do, because it is you being the version of you who is living and breathing in a thriving, successful business, right? Successful business owners don't cower away. They don't stop showing up. They don't hide. They don't decide that it's failed before it actually has. They show up. And leadership always shines the brightest in uncertainty. The people who are still showing up that you follow, despite all of this uncertainty, they're thriving. And it's not because they've been doing this for so and so years, so of course they had the success because they already had the audience. No, there are some newbies, there are a lot of newbies actually, who've come in and they've just catapulted because they didn't fucking quit. They didn't let all this BS on the outside world tell them that they couldn't. They just went for it. Their inner conviction was stronger than all the noise and chaos out here. And I need you to think about that for yourself, for your own business. Your clients, your audience, your community, they're looking to you. Are you collapsing or are you leading? Because staying unshakable is about being the calm in the storm, the lighthouse in the chaos. This doesn't mean you deny what's happening. It just means that you decide, nope, I'm thriving and I will take my people with me. So in practical terms, this looks like getting even clearer on your offers, selling from conviction instead of fear, and reminding your audience why their desires are still valid even now. And it's staying consistent in your marketing and your money practices. It's just not changing. It's not changing because the 3D is telling you a different story now. It's staying grounded. Taking all of those into account, I want to talk about how to really anchor into being unshakable, if you haven't figured it out yet. And that is, you have to do this work daily. There is no getting around it. If your mindset is in the gutter about your business, about sales, and you're just stuck in fear, and you've got anxiety, and it's just, you're feeling like it's all shit, you've got to do this work daily. Not only daily, but multiple times per day. I don't think you understand what saturation means if you think that's too much. You are trying to change your internal way of thinking. You are trying to change a narrative, a story that is playing out. That's something you have to be on consistently. Start a daily practice, a daily assumptions practice, a daily money mindset practice, whatever the fuck you want. Write down, script, or affirm your chosen reality. My income grows month after month. I make $300 every single day. Money is coming in every single day. Regardless of the economy, I am making a fuck ton of money. I am thriving in this economy. My business is massively successful. Avalanches of sales are coming in to me. Clients are finding me out of nowhere. You have to start telling the story. And yes, it's going to feel weird at first. It's going to feel like this is so bullshit because I haven't had a client in like 5 months. This is BS. Fuck that. Stop letting those thoughts override your decision that you're thriving now. You're the creator. You're the god of your reality. You decide what thoughts you're thinking. So decide that you are living the reality that you want and just keep telling that story. Persist in that. The next thing you got to do is energetic hygiene. Oh my God, I just can't believe the people who still watch the fucking news, even though it's triggering them. I'm sorry, if you're a news watcher, I just don't get it. Like, it's the same thing every day. Someone has been murdered, some politician is doing some kind of dodgy shit, government workers are still underpaid, and everything overall is all shit. Like, it's the same thing every day. It's like watching the same movie every single day. It doesn't make sense to me. So energetic hygiene. Limit your exposure to fear-driven media. I mean, if you can't get off the news, watch it like once or twice a week. Just start cutting down the amount of things you're watching. And before you go, no, but I need to know what's going on in the world. If it's that bad, people will talk to you about it. People will be like, dude, did you see that volcano blew up in Bali? I was in Bali when one of the volcanoes erupted. I had no idea because I didn't watch the news. Still don't watch the news. And some of my friends from New Zealand were like, are you okay? Are you all right? I'm like, yeah, why? And they're like, the volcano. And I was like, what volcano? Like, the volcano in Bali. I'm like, Bali is huge. I'm fine. I'm literally at a cafe eating my breakfast. I'm fine, right? Limit your exposure to fear-driven media. Stop it, okay? Stop listening to all this stuff that's triggering you. Flood yourself with content that reminds you of everything you want, of all possibility, of the story you want to be telling. Flood your mind with that. The next thing you want to do is pleasure and embodiment. Why are we forgetting about this? This is so important. Pleasure and embodiment. Anchor your body in safety. Literally dance, breathe, or move. Remind your nervous system that you're safe to expand. Remind your nervous system that you are having fun, that life is good, that you are not actually in any danger, that it's safe to have more. It's safe to receive. You're safe to get what you want despite what everyone else is experiencing. It's safe. You have to put yourself into fun and pleasure and flow in whatever ways you can. For me, that's been hanging out with my friends at least once a week, going to quiz nights. It has been dancing, doing dance classes. It's been going to yoga. It's been going to my chroma classes, which I heard are sort of like a combo of high rocks, which is insane. Like me doing high rocks, sure, mate. But it's anything that gets you feeling good and feeling embodied and feeling calm in your nervous system. That could be meditation. That could be going for walks. That could be journaling. That could be painting. It could be doing anything. Calm your nervous system down, okay? And then you also want to put faith in your action. I see this so much. It's like the second something looks bad on the outside, everyone changes their action, or they stop taking action because they're like, oh, it's all shit anyway. It's not going to work, so why should I bother? No, nothing should be changing. Your mindset should be becoming more robust, more rigid about how fucking successful you are. But overall, your action shouldn't change. You should still be selling. You should still be showing up. You should still be investing. So you've got to let your actions mirror your assumptions, right? You've got to still be showing up as the business owner that you are intending that you are, the business owner you want to be, the thriving, successful business owner who's making a fuck ton of money every day. How is she showing up? Is she wobbling? Is she like, oh, well, no one's going to buy today? No, fuck that. She's going to be showing up. So show up as her. Don't wobble. And then finally, you want to keep exposing yourself to content that keeps you in alignment with who you want to be as a business owner, with who you want to be as someone who's successful in business, with who you want to be as someone who makes sales every day, with who you want to be who hits her income goals all the time. That is why I created my Profitably Aligned Business Bundle, which is a collection of trainings designed to help you really stay rooted in abundance and sell with certainty and align your business with who you really are and who you really want to be as this successful business owner. So no matter what's happening out there in the 3D, you remain unshakable within. And that is actually on sale this week for 90% off. You can get it for $111, which is insanity, but I think it's absolutely worth it. And I think this is really going to help you anchor in and become unshakable and saturate yourself in the type of business owner and business and sales experience you want to have now, rather than getting caught up in the 3D and looking at all the stories that are telling you it's not working, it's not happening, it's not going to be possible for you. I think it's just the perfect complement to what is going on right now. So if you want to get into that and want to learn more about that, head to the link in the description box below. And if you have questions, make sure you DM me on Instagram. And that, my dear, is how you stay unshakable in economic uncertainty. It is your fucking mind. It is your assumptions. It's the stories you're telling. You got to become unshakable in that. Nothing out in the 3D is going to change that if you don't change within, right? If you don't change within. So you have a lot of options here on how to do that. Go and do the work yourself. Do a daily practice. Join the 28-day Saturate That Shit Manifestation Challenge, or join the Profitably Aligned Business Bundle. And don't fucking let up. The possibilities that are available to you still are so worth showing up for. You're worth this. You're worth doing the work for this. Your business's success and how many people you will help is worth you doing this fucking work, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that kick up the butt. I hope it has knocked some sense into you to get you to hang up this old stupid story of like everything's going to shit and just get back into who you truly want to be. All right, lovely. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next episode.